You ever get that gut feeling something's off? She's still smiling, still texting back, still saying, "I love you." But deep down, something shifted. You can't explain it, but you feel it. Now listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you can save you from one of the most humiliating experiences a man can go through, being cheated on and never seeing it coming. Let's be real. Most guys don't see the signs. They ignore the little things, the sudden distance, the fake laughs, the emotional withdrawal, until it's too late, until she's already texting someone else, or worse, meeting him. By the end of this video, you'll know the 5 silent red flags she's about to cheat, and exactly what to do about it without losing your masculine frame. This matters because betrayal hits harder when you were blind, when you trusted blindly, when you gave your attention freely. A man who's grounded in Stoicism doesn't allow himself to be emotionally hijacked like that. And here's what most men get wrong. They believe cheating only happens when something is wrong in the relationship. Wrong. Sometimes it happens when everything seems perfect, because attraction and loyalty aren't always the same thing. A woman can love you and still crave something else. Here's the brutal truth. If she starts pulling away emotionally, it's not random. If she suddenly guards her phone like it's sacred, it's not just privacy. If she begins comparing you to other guys in a playful tone, she's testing your reaction and possibly justifying what's already in her head. Picture this. You're at dinner. She's scrolling more than she's talking. She laughs at her screen, then flips it face down. You ask who it was. She says, "Just a friend." Inside, she's thinking, "He doesn't suspect anything. I can keep this going a little longer." But here's the Stoic principle you must remember. You don't chase truth with emotion. You observe with clarity. The moment you feel your instincts speaking, don't ignore them. Men betray themselves when they choose comfort over truth. This is your call to sharpen your perception, to pay attention to patterns, not just words, because the man who sees clearly never gets played. The first sign she's about to cheat: emotional distance wrapped in fake affection. She still gives you a kiss goodbye, still says goodnight over text, but it feels hollow, mechanical, like she's following a script, not expressing connection. And here's the kicker. She's not doing it for you. She's doing it to keep up the illusion, to ease her guilt, to avoid suspicion. Now ask yourself, is her affection consistent or calculated? This is where most men fall asleep. They mistake routine gestures for real intimacy. They say, "She's probably just stressed." No, she's emotionally checked out, and her body language is the proof. Pay attention. She doesn't touch you like she used to. Her compliments are generic, not personal. She avoids eye contact during serious talks. That's not love, that's the beginning of detachment. Now imagine this. You're in bed next to her. She's facing the wall. You reach over and she shifts away just slightly. She says she's tired. But you feel it. She's not here anymore. She's fantasizing about someone who makes her feel alive. She's comparing, questioning, wondering, and here's her internal dialogue. I still care about him, but something's missing. Maybe it's not wrong if I just talk to someone else. This is where the Stoic man separates himself. You don't beg. You don't whine. You observe. You adapt. Remember what Marcus Aurelius said. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. If you react emotionally, you validate her detachment. If you stay centered, you control the fire. That's masculine dominance, holding steady when things get shaky. So what do? You mirror her energy. If she pulls away, you don't chase. You create distance, you return to your mission. You become scarce, mysterious, unavailable. Why? Because attraction dies in familiarity and flourishes in tension. When you pull back, it forces her to face herself. And that's when the truth surfaces. Here's the second sign. She starts comparing you to other men, subtly at first, then with sharp edges. She'll say things like, "Daniel at work is so funny, he really listens." Or, "I saw a video about how real men surprise their girls sometimes." Just saying. Sounds innocent, right? It's not. That's psychological warfare, brother. She's planting seeds, testing your self-worth, trying to see if she can make you feel less than, so she can justify stepping out later. Now listen carefully. Women don't start these comparisons overnight. They begin when admiration fades, when your masculine edge dulls, when your mission starts revolving around her, not your purpose. She thinks, maybe I can do better. Maybe I've outgrown him. And you start doubting. You wonder if she's right. You try harder. You overgive. You chase her validation like a dog chasing crumbs. Stop. A high-value man doesn't compete with other men. He becomes the standard. The moment you feel compared, you don't explain, you don't react, you elevate. Now let's go deeper. The third sign, her social circle becomes a mystery. She suddenly has new friends you've never met. Girls' nights out become more frequent. She starts using vague language, just hanging out, nothing serious. Don't worry about it. But the phone's face down. She guards it like it holds nuclear codes. That's not privacy, that's secrecy. And here's what's happening in her head. If he finds out, he'll get hurt. I don't want to deal with that, yet. She's already crossed emotional lines, maybe physical ones too. But the Stoic man doesn't go snooping or accusing. He doesn't chase answers. He watches behavior. He reads between sentences. Remember what Epictetus taught. Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. You don't need to interrogate her. You let her actions speak louder than your questions. And when they do, you respond with action, not words. You detach. You regain your dominance. You remind her, silently, what she's at risk of losing. Because a man who knows his worth is terrifying. Here it is, the final and most dangerous sign. She becomes unbothered. You could pull away, go silent, even disappear for days. And she won't flinch. No questions, no checking in, no emotional reaction. She used to care when you didn't text back. Now, nothing. That's when you know. She's already replaced you emotionally. She's invested somewhere else, maybe with someone else. And you feel it. The shift. The gut punch silence. The cold shoulder that used to be warm. Here's what most men do now. They panic. They start apologizing for things they didn't do. They write long texts begging for honesty. They try to remind her of the good times. Don't. Because she's already justified it in her mind. She's thinking, I didn't mean for it to happen, but he's been so distant. He doesn't get me anymore. I deserve to be happy. Listen closely now. You were never meant to be someone's emotional crutch. You are not here to be chosen second, and you sure as hell don't beg for loyalty. Stoicism teaches us one brutal truth. You cannot control her choices, only your response. So what do? You accept reality with power, not pain. You don't react. You elevate. You hit the gym harder. You go silent with purpose, not pettiness. You move in silence and let the absence speak volumes. You reclaim your time, your mind, your soul, because the man she thought she outgrew, he becomes the man she can't reach anymore. And that's when the tables turn, when she starts calling, liking old posts, saying she just wow. Anted to talk. Now she's the one spiraling in uncertainty. But by then, you won't even care. You'll be too focused, too grounded, too dangerous to be broken. Let her cheat herself out of your loyalty. Let her lose a man who was willing to build. Because, as Marcus Aurelius said, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. You walk away in strength, not revenge, not emotion, but silence and undeniable growth. That's the way of the Stoic. That's the path of the masculine man. Stay sharp, stay grounded, stay in control.